Hi everyone, so welcome to this reading. This is a very big energy that I'm getting for this reading, and whoever this message is for, you've done a lot of work. So I'm very excited to get into this reading. So first, channel members, you will have a collective message that is posted tomorrow evening, so definitely check that out. If you're interested in the Major Arcana series, I'm going to try to have that posted this Friday. This is kind of it was supposed to be a calm weekend, and then I realized that I actually have my art gig happening this weekend. So I'm going to try to have it done by Friday evening. If I don't have it done by Friday evening, it'll be up on Monday. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If you're interested in the Major Arcana series, then link to the memberships is down in the description box. Okay. Okay, so the first card that's really striking me is this card here. I will let you read that in case that's important. What's really important to me, however, is that we have this massive cave. Whoever I'm reading for, we've been away, whether this is literally and we've been hermiting ourselves away and secluding ourselves, or maybe we've just really been withdrawn inside of ourselves, trying to work through something. When we talk about the energy of a cave, we're really talking about a space that is safe, it's comfortable. Sometimes it is the subconscious spaces. But it's really a place where we can self-reflect, right? If we speak, we hear our own voice echoing back to us. We are left in silence and darkness, often with our own thoughts. It's that kind of energy. Whoever this message is for, you've been inside your own thoughts quite a bit. Now, as this individual is moving out of the cave, they seem to be transforming. So as whoever this message is for, as you've moved out of this energy of having thought about something, and you're moving into the awareness that that thought has brought, or that the clearing of those thoughts has brought, there seems to be a transformation that is gradually taking place. For some of you, it doesn't feel gradual, actually. It feels like very quick movements towards change. Now, this flowing dress means that some of this is going with the flow, right? Or some of you, it might be stepping into your own flow, finally. And this flow seems to be pulling her towards the future. So we are naturally caught in the flow of our own self. That's kind of how it feels. It's this flow that was already coming out of us. We just had to accept and step into it. There may have been things that we had to release, things that we had to say, things that maybe we even had to change within our life in order to be able to process and join this flow. This is the natural flow of energy within someone's life. Interesting. And then that's paired with this, which is the journeyman. This may include taking trips. However, this more specifically is speaking to me of that Fool energy right now. We're taking a giant leap into our future, onto a path that feels like it's going to be a rather long path. This may be finally stepping onto the path of our life rather than being on the sidelines. There is this feeling that I finally did it for someone also. With this Fool energy that's coming through in this journeyman, if we pay attention to the stick, both in this card and in the Fool, there's something that's coming with us. I feel that this is a little different. I feel that what's coming with us is lessons that we've learned before we entered the cave. I don't feel that we're going into this, that we're coming out of this energy the same way that we went in. It's like a cave that had two entrances, or like an entrance and an exit, right? We're leaving a different way than what we came in. Interesting. I don't know how that pertains to anything, but that's how it feels, so I'm just saying it. And there seems to be a little bit of this going on in this energy. This seems to be the underlying energy to the whole thing. There is this opening up of the heart space, whether that means we're opening it to others or we're opening it to ourselves. In other words, acknowledging how we feel. And this is uncovering very slowly our own personal sovereignty, the things that we have a right to, right? That we have a right to validate ourselves, that we have a right to take up space, that we have a right to our own safety, right? Things like that. There's something here that has been lifted within our self-esteem, maybe for some people, or our self-efficacy. And this seems to be a symbiotic relationship that's taking place here within this heart space and this solar plexus space. And as we unveil the solar plexus, we're finding that we have a greater capacity for love. here, this is starting to change our worldview slightly, or our view of our world, right? So maybe not the world in relation to everyone else, but the world in relation to us. The interesting thing is both of these are not showing their face as they're going through this process. And it's making me think of why I don't show my face, right? Some of you are aware that like when I channel messages, I won't show my face because it's not about me, right? It actually really disturbs me that we turn everything into the person when it is really the message that's being given. Does it resonate with you or does it not resonate with you? That's really all that matters, right? And I'm not worried about being personable. I'm not worried about people seeing me or, you know, any of that. And that's kind of what this is saying to me here, is that whoever this is, having stepped out of the space, there's a change of a priority. Whereas most people focus on the personality cult, or, you know, do I like how you look? Do I like, you know, which, you know, you should never judge a book by its cover, just saying. There's something like that where we're understanding that it's not about us, right? There's something here where as we gain much more of the self-confidence and self-efficacy, we're able to finally step into that space where we're able to make it not about us and not sacrifice our boundaries. Whereas, you know, previous to that, if you're making it not about you, there's a tendency to overextend and overgive and get taken advantage of. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're not in danger of that anymore because you've been through enough. You've been through enough stuff and learned enough stuff and gone through your healing and done all of that stuff in such a way that now it's almost a bigger picture is opening up. This is very cosmic, and that's why I said that this is a little bit of a different energy that's stepping through. This isn't the typical message of somebody is learning their self-worth. They're learning how to love. Like it's not that. This is happening on a bigger scale. And so this almost feels as though somebody here has been working very diligently on ancestral patterns or cosmic patterns or earth patterns. Like it's something much larger. It's a much larger storyline here that's taking place for whoever this is. This is not somebody who I'm reading for. This is not somebody who's still in the learner phase, right? Obviously, we're always learning, but they're not in that phase where it's, you know, tell me about myself, tell me about this, I don't know about this, let me learn about this. They're out of that, and they've stepped into this very like regal king or queen energy where it's I'm going to cause this change, I'm going to cause this change, I'm going to heal this, I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like somebody is actually directing their will and directing their will towards causing positive change, not only in themselves, but it does feel as though it's something around them. Again, it might be a family, it might be ancestral, it might be their locality. Like I can't really tell, and I almost feel that I'm not supposed to label it. Like I'm supposed to leave it open for this collective. There's something also about the way that we're seeing, and I'm going to put it in this term, the way that we're seeing the matrix. Something has changed. Maybe we've gotten a higher view of it. Maybe we're understanding that the fear and the doom that we've placed on it doesn't actually matter. It's that kind of feeling like, oh, this doesn't actually matter. There's a huge perspective shift that's taken place. I'm seeing it like this wide zooming out has taken place. This is part of the transformation that's taking place as the person is coming out of this cavern, and it's being shown this way as a type of awakening, right? It's a type of a new way of being, of integrating information that this journeyman is bringing with him out of that cave. And it's moving into this energy. Again, it's leaving this sort of seeker energy, and it's going into this energy, which is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Again, there's this bigger awareness that has been adopted, and in this awareness, rather than taking the energy, which is what we do when we learn, right? We have to learn about ourselves. We have to study. We have to take energy from places in order for us to feel that we have an entire picture. Instead of doing that, whoever this is, you have the picture and you're giving the energy, right there. There's this is where the seeker has learned that they are the very thing that they seek, right? there's a completely different vibration frequency taking place around this individual than there is this individual. If you look, this throw of this vibration is much wider, and that's what is so powerful about this. This is that shift. When we go into this cave, we're still looking for something, right? That's the whole point of being in that cave. There's a whole symbology that takes place with caves that goes back to the Hermit card, right? The person with the lantern that's going through those internal spaces, and they're looking for some type of knowledge, and then they gain that knowledge, and they're coming out now, and as they come out now, they're not sharing that knowledge so much as the energy of that knowledge. So for example, that knowledge usually refers to the self, something they've learned about themselves or themselves in relation to the world, and now that opens them up again in that heart space and in that solar plexus space to be able to give of something that is authentic to them. And that moves them from this seeker into that which is sought energy, bringing us over here. So this is where we start to really embody this energy. This is She of the Kruak. She of the Kruak, I almost consider this like that well, right? The well that the ancestors return to, the well that is the fountain of love within us, the well that springs forth our consciousness. It's that kind of energy, the energy of the well. It's the storehouse of immense creation. There's something inside of whoever this collective is that we have now adopted that well-like energy, where now we have the powers of creation in order to be able to heal, in order to be able to create art, in order to be able to create things inside of our life that are very meaningful and valuable to us. There is this energy of looking back, and this is why it's speaking to me so heavily of ancestral stuff. Not only do we have that ancestral card here, we also have it here. There is this connection to us from higher realms while we look back. So it's almost as though the next card next to that is Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. It's almost as though we have come through this cave with this ability to heal the past or to heal the future by healing something inside of ourselves that stands as a memory of the past. So this is not just a healing of ourself or a healing of our family line. It's a healing of what the world is about to become or what it can become. Like I said, there's a very big energy coming through in this. Someone is doing some very powerful work. Rainbows are very significant to this collective. I'll go ahead and give the symbols now. Rainbows are very significant to this collective. A crocheted blanket with squares, kind of like the ones that people would make in the 80s or the 90s. A rocking horse, a carousel horse, a basket, chestnuts, a sycamore that leans to the left, a golden ring on the right pinky finger that has like a clear or a white sort of stone. I can't tell if it's clear or if it's white. A book with a black cover. It's a hardcover book with a black cover, and a brown and white Shih Tzu mix. It's like a Shih Tzu or Pekingese mix. I can't tell which one. Okay. I also heard elephant just now, so we'll go with that. Okay, and what we're having over here is there is this is going to be very hard for me to translate. And so for those of you who are resonating with this, I hope you know what this means. There aren't words for this type of thing, right? We're getting this card here. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. It's not necessarily striking me that way. It is, however, striking me this way, right? Where we are coming into a space where we've become so strong and we've become so self-sovereign, I'll put it that way, that now we're able to safely open up and be entirely vulnerable. And in this entirely vulnerable space, there's something very sacred that's emerging. This is an interconnection on a deeper level that is being experienced by somebody right now. And that interconnection is being shown here. Okay, with this this is the 10 of Cups in this deck. But as we look, there's all these people that are dancing. And these individuals that are dancing are all connected, and they're seeding this, it's very similar, right? They're seeding this sort of collective vulnerability. in these vulnerable spaces, this is where we are actually being our authentic self, right? We are allowing something to be created and to spring from us energetically that cannot do so when we're guarded and when we're shielded and when we have those layers wrapped around us. There's something being created in a collective level here with whoever this is, that is this very beautiful thing that seems like a vision of the future. This has to do with being, again, going back to that other card here, where we're finally in flow with ourself, right? And that flow is carrying us into the future. I have to show this card kind of at a distance because of the nudity on the card. But if we look, she's pouring water and then she's pouring water. It's as though there's some sort of plan or code or path that maybe hadn't been part of Earth's story, or the narrative for the future, that is starting to pour down into this collective, and then it's pouring out through their hands. So this is being a conduit for some sort of timeline or some sort of story that had not previously been available to us, because we have awoken something inside of ourselves in terms of a perception, and we've allowed ourselves to hold space for whatever this is. So for some of you, this may be manifesting as a dream that you have for a particular type of healing. I can't tell. I can't really tell. It feels almost like an earth healing or like a trajectory of mankind kind of healing. This is a very passive way of a very passive, very spiritual, very energetic way of creating a better future. So this is very interesting. Again, this is a very big energy. Someone is doing a very big work here. It's the alignment to the self, to the true authentic self, that is what is causing this to be able to happen. So someone here is dreaming big. Someone here is definitely dreaming big and thinking big, and I think this is beautiful. So I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated for you, please hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment, and until next time.